Okay, we're going to do a little demonstration of the OpenStreetMaps for Android, or OsmAnd Plus, with our snowmobile trail maps for Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont installed. And this works very similar to our recently released trail maps for ATV, New Hampshire and Maine, on Android. So first of all, we'll open up the map, and you can see we're in the northern part of New Hampshire, and we'll zoom in a little bit. See the trail numbers of the major corridor trails. The little darker green ones are secondary trails, or actually primary trails and club trails. See 147, 146. So the first thing we'll do is we'll scroll the map a little bit up into go to the boundary pond area. Zoom in the boundary pond. Right now you see a little flag there that indicates destination. I'm going to change it a little bit, show you how I did it. Location set as a destination. You can search for POI, many other ways to change your destination. So boundary pond is our destination. Now we'll zoom out again, and we're going to do a simulation of routing. So we need a place to start from, and I believe we will try to find a spot. So do a search. So different filters you can search for. You can search for everything, or pick a particular one, and we're going to say, in this case, accommodation, which is lodging. I'm going to pick Spruce Cone Cabins. Click to show it on the map. So that gives you an idea where it's at. Right on the north end of Lake Francis. Now to set this as a place we're going to route from, say directions from, and it will calculate a route. You can see this little icon as it's thinking about what the route is, and then the route gets shown in purple. So it's along the trails up to our destination. Down here you'll see here's some pieces that show up for that route. The X would get rid of that route. This gives the details of that route. You can press the I button for information, and it gives you a list of every turn that you're going to get along the way. 36 miles is the distance. And now we'll look at what options we have. Avoid toll roads is on, which means toll roads are ice crossings for the snowmobile map. So it's all right if you want to cross a lake, you can uncheck that. It will recalculate a new route, and now instead of 36 miles, it's 32 miles. And if we take a look at it, before it was routing up all on trails that don't cross the lakes. Now it's saying, oh, well, we can just cross over Lake Francis as a shorter way, knock off 5 miles. So we'll do that. We'll do that route. Now we want to start a simulation. Start the simulation, It asks if I want to go along the calculated route, or you can also route by a GPX track. So if you have a track that you collected of your favorite loop, you can route to that loop and then route around that loop. So I'll say yes to this. We use the track that was calculated. And yeah, it started moving the little icon there. I'm going to just switch to a different program here. I'm going to switch to, well, pop up some webcams. We can actually see what it looks like in Pittsburgh there. 45 degrees, but still looks like there's plenty of snow. Nice blue skies. That's one of the beauties of having a multimedia device like a smartphone or a tablet. Now I'd like to pick some tunes for our ride. And I can't find, oh, here it is, home recordings. I'll pick this. Go back to the map. Start up our tunes. We can listen to that. Now we'll start the simulation as if we're actually moving. I click on this button here.
Turn left onto 140. The trip is 31 miles. Time is 41 minutes. Turn left onto 140. Follow the course of the road for about 1 mile to club.
Turn up the volume a little bit. So you get the voice that comes out telling you which way to go. She got us over onto 140 pretty quick. Headed north. Speed limit shows up here. They're not real accurate because what's the speed of a snowmobile trail? Like, everything could be set to 45, but not everybody drives 45. This shows your actual speed that you'll be traveling.
Prepare to turn slightly right after 9/10 of a mile onto club.
You notice that her voice with instructions will interrupt the tunes you're listening to. You don't have to change anything. Just automatically she'll pop in when it seems appropriate. Now, another thing that you can do while you're riding, there's a little layers icon you can set on your dashboard, and you can pick different map backgrounds. So I'll pop up Google Maps terrain. There we go. And I'll try zooming out a little bit so you can see what that looks like.
After 3/10 of a mile, turn slightly right onto club, then keep right.
So we're going to go up just to the south of the first Connecticut lake, second Connecticut lake, head up north. Well, let's pop back into different map. We'll go back to Microsoft Hybrid. Well, actually, let's say Microsoft Hybrid, because I have that all preloaded in here.
Turn slightly right onto club, then after 1/10 of a mile, turn slightly right.
Now, if I move around on the map, I can always get back to where I'm actually at by pressing this little button up here, this blue button. That's the Where Am I button. So the map gets centered right on there.
Right on club.
And you double tap, you can zoom in. And you'll notice that the snowmobile trails aren't showing up here, the colored ones.
Follow the course of the road for about 4 miles to 5.
Depends on the zoom level. They only go down to level 14, where the Microsoft Hybrid goes down to level 20. And you can even over zoom it if you want to. So you can see that we're following right on the trails. The route is right down the center of the trail. Another feature is here, north up. North is up with this little indicator over on the left-hand top of the screen. But you can make it track up, which means generally with the direction you're traveling is going to be in the up position. That's not necessarily north. So actually we were going east. So some people might like this mode. It has a tendency to be a little shakier because it has to constantly be moving it. Every time you make a little turn, it reorients the map. You get some white spots there. So we'll put it back to north up. If I hit the button right. Okay, we're back up the north up. So it means we're traveling east, actually a little southeast right now. See if we can zoom out a little bit. Try switching to a different map background. Layers. Actually, I think I'll turn on points of interest. I'll say any points of interest. I don't know if there are any there, but you can see here there are several points of interest show up superimposed. Petroleum station, Young's Mobile. Trailside parking on Route 3. Scenic viewpoint is a Pittsburgh covered bridge. So they all become clickable when you select those points of interest. Let's get back to where we're actually at on the map, our simulated routing. We're heading up 138, starting to turn north. Now there's a way, as you're routing on a trail, it'll always center your map to the the exact point you're at. You can set that up automatically. I don't have that set up on this right now. Oh, this right here, this button, if you want to record your tracks where you're riding for a day, you can set up your dashboard to put this GPX recorder on here, and whenever you push the button, it starts recording your track into a different track. And then when you're done, you can post those on YouTube or save them for your buddies, use it as one of your favorite loops.
Prepare to turn slightly left after about 2 miles on 25.
Your turns are indicated over here. 2.11 miles is a turn, and then the second turn after that is shown there. Periodically the speed limit pops up, and you can actually get an indication when you're over the speed limit. But again, these speed limits are somewhat arbitrary. So that gives you a basic idea of some of the features. There's a lot more.
You have been off the route for 153 miles.
I should complain about that. Simulator's not perfect. So I think we'll end this here and see if Google lets us publish it with this music in the background. Bye-bye.